A cam's recording. B cam's not even on. Who didn't turn B cam on? They're fired. That stupid producer of mine. He's done for. He's done for. I have this chair that I sit on here when I need to relax and do a little work. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime. Be a very exciting story, I would imagine. Otherwise, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt. Your always intrepid host. Today, we have got some fun stuff to talk about. As you know, I do a little bit of work, a little bit of carpentry work here and there, outside of my day job. I don't know if I've mentioned that, actually. I do have a day job. I work at Lockheed Martin. I can't get into specifics, but pretty boring stuff. But I do a little carpentry on the side. And a while ago, last fall, I put in hardwood oak flooring. And I'm now finishing it up. And if you've ever done that, you know that you gotta put some transitions here and there, or whatever you want to call them. These are gonna go up against the door, because the flooring just goes up to the door. So I gotta cover that gap. And instead of buying them, I don't even know if you can buy what I really need, but I figured, hey, what the heck? Let's just make them. You got a shop, right? You got a few tools. This is what I came up with. Just a simple little, it's about 3/8 thick. You know what? I'm already seeing a mistake. This stupid camera is set so that, oh, and look, see, I did it again. I forgot to turn on my, well, apparently the mistake was all on my end. This hard head is a little tight right now. And by the way, I should mention they've made me wear this. Apparently sanding is a very dangerous job. You can injure your head a lot. They didn't say anything about the respirator, so I do have a few. It might be a little hard to understand me, but now, maybe I just have to get my face out of the shot. So that's what I came up with. 3/8, thereabouts thick, tapered down to right around 1/8 of an inch, 3/4 inches wide, something like that. That's what I came up with. Now, the fun part, sanding. Of course, I'm joking. It's not fun. Nobody really likes it, but it's always made a little easier when I get to use my handy-dandy little 3M sanding block. You see? I'm sure you've seen these. I'll give you every angle here. Every angle you could possibly need. All you do is you strap a piece of sandpaper in there and you get to work. You get to work sanding. Okay? No problems. Right now, I have some 180 grit. I'm just starting with 180 grit because I think I don't have the grit that I need, if you can believe it. Now, if you've never used one of these, you should. They're handy. Sometimes you gotta do some hand sanding. And a good block like this will get that done. But the trick is, and I don't even know if they actually sell sandpaper for this. I would imagine they would, you would think. But you gotta make your own. So that's what I did. Look at this. Look at this big old floppy stack of, look at that, huh? Huh? Isn't that fantastic? I made a whole bunch of these things. I got all sorts of grits. Any grit you want. What do you want? You got 80? You want 80? I got 80. You want some more 80? I got 80. What is this? 320. Boom. Done. 400. Huh? Now we're getting somewhere. 220. 220. That's that Cubitron stuff. That's nice stuff. It's really nice stuff. I got more 220. I got friggin' a lot of 220. Too much 220. What's going on here? What the heck? 400? Oh, what's this? 60 grit. I would probably never even use 60 grit. Not hand sanding. Who is hand sanding with 60 grit? Get over yourself. Get a power sander at that grit. 180, yeah. So, you know, the funny thing is, what I really needed was like 150. 120, 150, I have none. I can't even believe it. So embarrassing. I am so embarrassed right now. Got a lot of 80 grit. A lot of 220. So I just went to 180, doesn't really matter. I got a nice sharp blade on the table saw. So those tapers are they're actually pretty good. Just go slow. Go slow. Good sharp clean blade. You don't even need to do a lot of sanding. 180 grit. Boom. So I made these. I made all these up. One night I was up late, real late, cutting up sheets. People are saying, what is he doing in there? It's 2 a.m. It sounds like he's doing something weird. I believe, if my math or my mind serves correctly, I got 4 sheets, 4 individual strips out of a single sheet of sandpaper. A single sheet of 9 by 11. Now look at this. Doesn't this just look old? That's because it is. I just found this. Look at this. 2003. Is that right? 2003. It's not even open. It's been around for 22 years. Just that font looks old. That looks very 2003, doesn't it? A very 2003 font. So, there you go. There you have it. You got to make your own sheets. Invest in a pack of each paper, cut them up, and you should be good to go for a while. I mean, this stuff lasts me forever. I don't do a ton of hand sanding. This is an example when I will do some hand sanding. I also have the... You know what? I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to save that. It's going to be a secret. Okay. Dogs barking outside. What's next? It's like 20 below. I'm freezing. Got my hard hat on. Let's do some sanding. 180 grit. Got this taper. See this? You seeing this taper? I already showed you once, but I'm going to show you again. Take a look at that. Focus, you little dirty Anglo, you. It's not going to work. It's okay. Coming in. Ah, listen to that. That's the sound of sanding. Imagine listening to that all day. Welcome to my world. You want to work it back and forth? I don't think you can see what I'm doing here. Occasionally, you gotta pull the pad, give it a little tap. Oh, nice, just covered the lens in dust. Idiot! All right, clear that dust and continue on your merry way. Ah, yeah, 180 grit. It's a fine grit to work with, 180. It's a nice grit. Nothing wrong with 180 grit. Never did anything to me. Look at that. Can you see the dust? Might be asking a little too much out of the camera for this. You see that sanding dust? It's cutting nicely. This is that Cubitron paper. It's good stuff. So like I said, I had already pretty much, coming off the saw, this thing was looking pretty good. So I don't need to do a whole lot, but you'd be surprised, and it is going to be on the floor after all. You'd be surprised once you put a finish on there, any imperfections, they'll rear their ugly heads. So you want to hold it up to the light, you know, do that type of thing, get the light on it just right, and you can see the imperfections. Trust me on this. Now, we don't want to leave any sharp edges, you know, you leave like a little, leave these edges, I mean, this would cut me, it's that sharp. I've actually done that. I've cut myself on miters like this. You don't want someone cutting up their little toes, right? Their puny little toes. You don't want someone cutting up their toes. Is that what you want? Unbelievable, you people, you're savages. All right, so you're just coming along here. You get that edge. Gotta get that tapered nice. Nice little round over, not too much. Also, to do this for the finish to adhere better. Because if you know anything about finishes, be it clear coat, paint, whatever, it doesn't want to stick to a very sharp corner. It'll knock it right off. Just bump into it. But if you round that over a little bit, there, golden. And it looks better. And it feels better. So, I'm also getting this front edge here. Don't forget about the front edge. If you forget about this front edge, I'm gonna slap you. And then you'll never forget again. That's how my father taught me, so I shall teach you. You wouldn't believe how many times I got hit. Why do you think I'm so good at this? I'm gonna come in here and just, yeah. Just coming along that little edge there. And make sure you hold it good and flat. Don't tip it over. There we go. That is looking nice. I'm even gonna hit this back edge too. Hit the back edge. If you really need to show you, I'm gonna hit this back edge here. Because you know what? It just looks better. Takes off all those any little stragglers, I call them. Oh, wow, that was kind of loud. Any little straggling pieces of fiber, wood fiber. Like, look, I just found one. Look at that, hiding out there. Can you see that little guy? Right there? Huh? Well, he is no more. He's gone, he's done. He thought he was gonna make it, but he didn't. Now, if this were like I don't know, some kind of piece of furniture, a piece going on, something that you know, like a piece of like a hutch, some type of piece of wood. I don't know, piece of furniture, whatever. I'd probably go to like 220, but I'm just gonna stop at 180 because I don't think it's really necessary. Spend a lot of time on this. 180 is pretty good. I'm gonna be topping it with a clear oil finish. Let me grab it, I'll show it to you. Maybe you've seen this. Osmo, top oil. Just wipe it on. I think you just leave it then. I like to always wipe things off though. I let it sit for a while and wipe it off. 2 coats of this. I will, do I sand between this? I don't remember if I sand. I can't. I don't think so. No. I think you just let it dry, wipe on a second coat. Oil finishes are pretty, well, they're pretty simple to work with. They take a long time to dry is the only downside. So there we go. This is all I wanted to show you today. The 3M block. It's heavy. Or you could easily, I think you could. If I struck you with that in the head, well, nah, that could be a little bruised, but I think you'd be all right. You ain't gonna really care. You could club someone pretty good with this though. You just, bam, you know, get right in there. If you had to, if I had to, I would do that. That's all I'm saying. So this is looking fantastic. Give that a nice coat of oil. Yeah, very basic stuff here. I thought about attaching this with some adhesive, some double-sided tape, 3M VHB tape. But then I thought, nah, I'm just gonna pin nail it. 23 gauge pin nail. You barely see the holes. They hold surprisingly well, actually. If you've ever used a 23 gauge pin nail, there's enough meat here that, yeah, it'll hold. It'll hold real nice, real nice. Wow. Yeah. If you don't have one, better get yourself one, and quick. Because you just never know when they stop making this type of stuff. In fact, they may have already. I have no idea. This is probably 20 years old. They last forever. And they just kind of feel good in the hand. Oh, I got dust everywhere. It's all over my phone. It's all over my glasses. It's in my crotch. How did it get in there? Oh, wait a minute. That's not dust. It's lice. I don't have lice. I don't have lice anywhere. No body lice, no head lice, no nothing. And I haven't ever in my entire life been infected with lice. I'm almost certain that's true. So it is true in my book. It is true. Let's see, you get 3 sheets of paper in here. You get 3 sheets in there, so you get 12 pieces of this. That would probably last me a year, if not more. It's a good thing to have around. I expect you to be making it part of your daily routine, whatever that means. Just take whatever you want from that. I don't even know what that means. It's like one of those, what do they call those things? Like a riddle or a mystery. I have no more. I have nothing more to say here. I think I've made my point. Another waste of 15 minutes of your time. I tell you what, this is just insane. Things I do around here. The pointlessness. If you had any idea. I filmed this video 8 times. And it just came out okay this time. It's just difficult, you know. Got no more to say, baby. 3M. 3M is a good company with terrible values. Actually, I don't know the values. But they make a lot of good stuff. I'll tell you that much. That's how I dance. Oh, look here. This is a little guide for you. I want you to adhere to this sandpaper selection chart. Freeze frame that, download it, learn it, inside and out, backwards and front. It's going to be a test on Monday. Do not fail. Hey, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. What else was I supposed to say? I'll see you on the next one. Let me know your favorite sandpaper. How about that? Play a little game. Do you have a favorite? I usually use Festool on the power sanders anyway. But I think 3M's good, huh? What else is there? Is there another brand? Does anyone else make sandpaper? These are questions we need answers to immediately.